Okay, 1621, good luck. So we've not played before, there's no head-to-head score there. An opponent has 3,000 games of Rapid, very good. Okay, let's play the traditional Reti. That's the position for the traditional Reti opening. We're just short of 900 games now. Knight up. Okay, it gives us the option just to take and transpose to a regular d4 game. Why not do that? Just mix it up for a little bit of variety. We get a tempo developing the knight, attacking the queen. Then we're probably just going to stick to the normal structure. We could directly charge a centre first, though, couldn't we, actually? Let's do d4 first, just to try and prevent e5. Now I'm going to play e4. Yeah, let's change our strategy. Bishop up is an obvious threat, and it's still a threat. Threatening to push the pawn here. So probably play a bishop down. But it's still a nice development move. It prepares us to castle. So we switch to a normal d4 game as opposed to the Reti where you really put your bishop on the diagonal. So yeah, bishop up, logical. So we're going to castle. So opponent will probably do the same thing. Move your bishop and castle. Oh, he's just blundered. He's just blundered. He put the bishop on the wrong square, so he's going to lose a piece. That's unfortunate. So it makes good sense here to trade a piece and then just take one of these, and there's one less piece to worry about. He just popped it on the wrong square. So does it matter bishop or knight? I think we don't want him to have the bishop pair, so we'll take the bishop. Okay, he takes my knight, so I will take the bishop. We'll pick the pawn. It was worth a try, that, just in case I was pre-moving or something. So I can grab a pawn now and he'll castle, or I can play knight across and force another piece off the board. I actually quite like the idea of that. I mean, he could take here, couldn't he? But yeah, I like the idea of doing that. Just get the piece off the board. We've gained a piece, so it simplifies the process for us. Okay, now we can develop our bishop with a tempo attacking the queen again. We just got to pay attention to these mate threats. There is still a pawn there, I'm aware of it, I've not forgotten. So I'm just trying to open things up here and get towards the king. So I'm going to push the pawn. Again, he probably should castle one side or the other. He chucks a pawn forward. So if I take and he comes forward, I take again. It's just the risk of leaving a pawn there. No, it's an unnecessary risk, isn't it? It's an unnecessary risk letting him push the pawn forward there, so I won't do that. Take is probably my next move, depending on what he does. He grabs a pawn, so I will as well. You're still going to pay attention. It only needs one mouse slip, one silly lapse in concentration. Let's take a pawn. Now let's activate the rook. Is this going to be checkmate? He can only block with a queen, and that'll be mate next move. Just a one move slip, that's all it was, simply a one move slip, but we'll put it through the analyzer anywhere. So we pause. We've got 21 moves. It's really just an opening. They're the move times for both players, but it doesn't really matter what these figures say. They would have been very close, but for that bishop move. But for the bishop move, it would have been very close. It's just a one move mistake, and the game's basically over. That's all it was. So very unfortunate for our opponent there. It's most likely have been a mouse slip. It could have been a lapse in concentration, but it was most likely just a mouse slip there. But yeah, apart from that, it could have been a different game, of course. So let's just let this populate. So we're a bit better out of the opening, as you can see. We've just challenged for the centre a bit more directly than we normally do. And there's just the blunder, as we can see, with bishop to d6 that we knew, just an early blunder. And it's just a case of trying to convert it without blundering back and messing up then. Have we been a bit better there? 5.1, 5.3. It should be relatively flat line, but there could be a blunder somewhere. Yeah, 96% versus 82%, but for that move there, my opponent's figures would have been just about the same as ours. It was just that one move blunder, so not much to review here. But with the early knight move, I thought, let's just take the pawn and turn it to a normal d4 game. We get an advancement in developing our pieces. We get castled. You can see bishop here is the suggested move. Just bring the bishop right up. Otherwise, just go to e7, get castled, and it's a perfectly close game, isn't it? You know, you might take a punt and just push your pawns forward, try and rip it open, but it's just a one move mistake. A bit unfortunate there.